The week has ended. Let's gear up for the forthcoming week that will start on 27th of January 2025. In the last week, US market was broadly bullish. S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 both closed higher. Fear and greed index currently is at 49. What does it mean? It is in the neutral territory, but over the past week, the sentiments in the market has improved because 1 week ago it was reading 37, 37 reading, which means it was in a fear zone. So certainly the market sentiments have improved. If you look at the volatility index, the S&P 500 VIX is below SMA 50, simple moving average 50. So it is also indicating the sentiment is neutral. If we look at the put call ratio, the 5-day average has dipped down to 0.63. So this indicates that the market is in greed territory. If you look at the yield curve, we know that yield curve is a leading indicator that indicates the forthcoming recession. So yield curve currently 10-year, 2-year spread stands at 0.36. So it is also not alarming at this point of time. Earlier we know that in 2022 yield curve inverted and there was a threat of a recession. Although the recession did not come, but we witnessed the bear market in the year 2022. Now, since the end of the bear market of 2022, S&P 500 has given a return of around 75-76%. So, lot many people in the stock market who are participants of the stock market are worried that it is a parabolic rise. So, I am planning to come up with a video on which I am working on a video project where we will discuss all about the valuation of the US stock market, growth potential, sectoral view of the market, and top sectors which might perform. So, friends, do not forget to subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out. We will be coming out of this video very soon. I'm D K Sinha. Let's straight away go to the price chart to undertake technical analysis of S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100. This is the S&P 500 index in weekly time frame. The index in the last week closed at 6101.24 and hence it was bullish by 1.74% on week basis. If you look at the price action, it is forming a nice higher highs and higher lows kind of market structure. In the last week, we discussed about the bullish engulfing candlestick pattern quite in proximity of EMA 21. Why EMA 21 was important? Because if we see the earlier price action, it has taken support here at EMA 21. It has taken support here at EMA 21. So we can conclude that it forms an impulsive wave. When the price gets overextended, it corrects and completes the mean reversion and comes to EMA 21, takes support and then makes a new high. And this cycle is going on. I'll show you very interesting price action in S&P 500 index. Here it corrected heavily and then it was trading below the median of this rising price channel. And once it gave a breakout of the median of this rising price channel, this median became the support. You can see this median became the support, which is quite in proximity of EMA 21. And upper fiber of this is acting as a resistance. We can see the number of price rejection from the upper fiber. So in this cyclic phenomenon, considering the historical price action, next possible level could be to upper fiber of this rising price channel and hence price may go to the level of 6500 level, something around, based on the breakout of this surrounding pattern, and the first target of 61.8% expansion, which we have already discussed earlier, has been achieved, and the 100% expansion comes at around 6,500. Currently, this index is trading at 6,101. So there is still a cushion for upside move, and there is a follow through in the last week of prior week's bullish engulfing candlestick pattern. So this is very welcome sign. Now let us move to the daily price chart. If you look at the daily price chart, the only worry is the multiple gaps. It formed a gap over here at 5,871, then yet another gap here at 5,964, and then another gap at 6,051. It has a multiple gaps. When you have a multiple gaps, especially two or three, then probably there will be some kind of exhaustion gap which will indicate some kind of correction in the market. Considering this counter trend line, which was acting earlier as a resistance, there was a breakout over here. So immediate demand area or support zone is this important gap. 6,050 is an important support area, and the next support area is 5,964. So these gaps will provide a good support to S&P 500 index. Now here is the EMA 21. What is the current reading of EMA 21? It is 5,984.81. So this important zone, even if the correction takes place, this important zone will act as a demand area where there is a confluence of EMA 21, and there will be a support of this counter trend line which was earlier acting as a dynamic resistance. If we look at the momentum indicator, we can see clear range shift in momentum indicator post this correction. It took support at 40, it took support at 40, it took support at 40. RSI has taken multiple support at 40 level, and now it has gone beyond 60. What does it mean? The momentum is building up. However, the William percentage R indicator is indicating that the market is in overbought territory. So we cannot rule out the possible correction in the market. Now, considering the overall price action, this is the well defined impulsive wave. If we project the target using the Fibonacci tool, it has already attained the first target of 127.2% expansion level, which was arriving at 6,109, and it has made a high of 6,128 in the last week. So, in the last trading session, we can see a formation of a bearish candle, which indicates some kind of loss of upside momentum. So, there might be a correction, and after the price takes support in this demand area and there is a resumption in the trend, the next potential target based on this impulsive wave would be 161.8% expansion level, which calculates to 6,226. So overall trend in S&P 500 is bullish. Short-term trend, intermediate trend, long-term trend, all kinds of trend are bullish in S&P 500 index. Now let us move to the Nasdaq 100. Now this is the price chart of Nasdaq 100 index in weekly time frame. This index in the last week closed at 21,774.01, and hence it was bullish by 1.55%. So this index has marginally underperformed the broader market index S&P 500. Here we discussed in the last week, there was a formation of a bullish piercing candlestick pattern and there is a follow through. So here we can see the breakout of a bullish flag kind of structure. Now, if we look at the overall price action, whenever there is a little deeper correction in Nasdaq 100, it takes support at EMA 55. It has done it here, it has done it here. And when there is a shallow correction, it takes supports at EMA 21, EMA 21. So finally, EMA 21 during the shallow correction is acting as a dynamic support, while on a little deeper correction, EMA 55 is acting as a dynamic support. Now, I'll show you some interesting price action. This is trading in a rising price channel. This lower fiber is acting as a support from where we have seen the recent bounce back, and upper fiber is acting as a resistance. So, considering this cyclic phenomenon of Nasdaq 100, we might expect it to move to higher upper fiber, which comes at around 23,378 to 23,400. Now, if you see the recent time, it had formed the cup and handle kind of chart pattern, which is a continuation chart pattern. So, if you calculate the target of this cup and handle chart pattern, it attained the first target of 61.8% expansion level, and then this correction started. Now the trend is resuming. So the next potential target is 100% expansion with respect to cup and handle chart pattern. That comes at 23,378. So overall trend is looking bullish. Now let us go to the daily price chart to understand the recent price action. Here too we can see the multiple gap. Even the gap at 20,249 is not filled yet. And we have seen a gap formation here at around 20,969, one more gap at 21,620. So immediate support is 21,600 level, considering that gap will provide some kind of support. However, the price is overextended. Can you see some loss of momentum after it reached to the 60 level in RSI, and William percentage R is also showing that it is trading in a overbought territory. So we cannot rule out the possibility of some correction because the price currently is trading far away from EMA 21 and EMA 55. This counter trend line, which was acting as a resistance or dynamic resistance, might provide the support which is almost kissing EMA 21. So considering the overall price action, this area becomes the important demand area. 21,300 to 21,400, where we have a confluence of this counter trend line, confluence of EMA 21, and at the same time little below this gap, which might provide some intermediate support to Nasdaq 100. Now after this correction is over, because it has reached to the, because we can see the last three trading session, price is not able to make newer high, and this area is a potential resistance area. So it might consolidate and then form some kind of cup and handle pattern, which might push the price to next higher level that we have discussed at 23,378 to 23,400. So overall trend in Nasdaq 100 is also bullish. Short term trend, intermediate trend, long term trend is bullish. I hope you know how to do the trend analysis of the market. Otherwise, we have a complete tutorial series on the channel called Zero to Hero, titled Zero to Hero. There is a separate playlist on the channel which covers all the topics relating to technical analysis. I seek your support to build a large community of people interested in the stock market, irrespective of the market they trade or participate. This will help all of us to communicate, interact, and learn better about the stock market. I might miss some of the important technical indicators, some of the important price actions on the price chart, but when we have a larger community, there is not a possibility of missing out anything. So, would you like to share this video in your own country or among your peer group so that we make slowly and slowly a larger community, start interacting on the channel through comments, through polls, through quizzes on the channel, which will create an excitement and will make a learning fun, easy, and easy to implement a strategy in the stock market. So thank you very much for watching. Looking forward to meet you very, very soon.